Hello traders, this is day number 46 of small cap market open day trading. I've written a plan specifically to trade small caps, and we've taken 58 trades so far since I started testing this plan. But lately the small cap market has been dead, and today was just more of the same. This is the screener right now. It is 10:35. I only look for trades between 9:30 and 10:30, and you could see that it's just another dead day in the small cap market. There's very few stocks on here that even meet my screener criteria, which is kind of the first step in can I trade this. So for example, like BBBY is just barely breaking over that 5% change, but it does not meet my chart criteria, and I'll show you that in just a moment. CRK, that one was kind of weird. It was meeting the chart criteria, but the volume was way too low at that time, and it's not really doing much anyway. And let's see, TGTX also did not meet my daily chart criteria. So let's take a look at those really quick, and I'll show you what I mean by not meeting my chart criteria. So here's BBBY. So if we look at it on the daily chart, you can see that it's trading below the 200 MA. So that means that it is in a long-term downtrend. And if I took any trades to the long side on a stock like this, it would be trading against the trend. So that's just stacking the odds against me, and I don't want to do that. And my plan says not to anyway, so I'm not able to do that if I'm going to follow my plan, and that is really the main point of having a trading plan, is to follow it 100% of the time and never break it, never break your rules. I do notice a lot of YouTube traders out there that kind of repeatedly say things like, everyone breaks their rules sometimes, everyone breaks their plan sometimes. I don't think I think that's an excuse. I think that's a cop-out. I think if you really want to be a real day trader, then once you've established your plan and you've established your rules, you never break them, at least not on purpose. Maybe occasionally you make a mistake or something, and you could say, well, that entry broke my rules, but you didn't consciously do it. And I think that's the difference between, a professional trader and an amateur trader. If you've tracked your trades and you have statistics that tell you how often your trades work and how often they lose, and over time, over 100 trades or more, that you're profitable with that plan, then why would you ever want to break it? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So it's very easy, once you've tracked your trades, to stick to your plan and follow your rules, because over time that they work. So let's take a look at my spreadsheet right now. Usually I make a separate video, but because there's not a lot going on in the market, I figure I'd just throw it all in one. So this is my spreadsheet. You can see we started trading this plan back in like mid-September, and I had to take a long break. I'll show you that in just a moment. But I just want to give you like an overview really quickly to show you that usually with this plan and these screener criteria, chart criteria, there are lots of trades to take. You can see just by trade, if I've taken trade number one, if it's not a green trade, then that means there's other trades. So whenever you see a red trade, I mean almost always, I just don't want to go through every single trade, but let's just scroll down, and you can see that on most days, excuse me, on most days there are lots of trades to take. And here, if you see a gray horizontal section, that means that was a day that I was either not able to trade, or it was a holiday or something like that. If you see just a white blank horizontal section, then that means that there were no trades to take. So there's very few of those. Here's a bunch of gray, so that's a bunch of days where I wasn't able to trade. And there's a couple of these white horizontal sections that look like no trade days, where if you scroll over to my notes and you read through the notes, you'll find out that occasionally those white areas are just days where I missed an entry or something like that. So it's not always the case that there was nothing to trade. But the main idea I want you to get from this is that usually in the small cap market with this plan, that's my cat, there is usually something to trade. So these last few days are an anomaly. So now you see this big gray area here. That's when I was taking time off preparing for board exams. So that's what all that's about. And then I came back to trading on January 21st. So that was no trade day. Every single day that I've been able to trade since I've been back, which is now 4 days, not including the days that I'm not able to trade. Monday, Wednesday, I wasn't able to trade. So 4 trading days, there has been nothing to trade. That's very unusual, but it's a sign of the small cap market right now. And There's no reason to change anything because this happens every year. The small cap market, I'm sure all of the sectors go through an ebb and flow where there's just nothing going on. Usually when there is stuff going on and you look at the screener here, there's often stocks that are up 80%, up over 100%, maybe 200-300% on really crazy days. So this is very unusual. And just because things are a little bit strange right now in the small cap market doesn't mean that I change my plan or that I start looking for large caps or mid caps or micro caps or whatever. I'm still testing this plan out, and that's my main goal, is collecting data for the small cap plan. I want to eventually, when I finish the test, I want to trade small caps full position size because I've tested mid caps, and I've noticed that with the small caps there is a lot more potential for larger reward to risk ratios on a regular basis. So that's where we're going with this, and unfortunately there just hasn't been any trades to take, but I still like to make these videos. You might be wondering, like, why do you keep releasing videos every single day when there's no trades? Two reasons. One is this is my own personal trading journal, and if I have to take time off or whatever, or I want to know what happened on a trading day, I can go back to these videos and watch. The other thing is that I want to share discipline. I want to show that you can be a disciplined trader because there's not a lot of that on YouTube. You can sit on the sidelines when your trading plan makes you do that. It's not a matter of fear or, I don't feel right today, or I'm not sure about the market today. It's just based strictly off of criteria in my plan. If things meet my criteria, then I take a trade. If they don't, then I don't take a trade. And it's as simple as that. And if you could trade that way, eventually you will be profitable. So anyway, hopefully this video was helpful to you. If it was, hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. I also have the trading plan that I use, the spreadsheet, the calculators that I use, all available on patreon.com/tradingarmor if you're interested in that. Otherwise, leave a comment down below if you have any questions about anything. And hopefully on Monday, well, actually Monday I will not be able to trade, but I'll be back on Tuesday. Hopefully on Tuesday there will be some trades to take. We'll see. If not, we're just going to keep doing the same thing. So this is all about patience and discipline. Otherwise, you might as well just go to the casinos. Anyway, always go into every single trade with a plan. Stick to that plan no matter what. Always take your stop losses, honor your profit targets, and in the long run, you should be green. Take care.